We are at the World Center of Racing, Daytona International Speedway. Welcome back to Cycle Vision Network and the Exhaust Noise Podcast. We appreciate you being here. This is the end of pit road, down towards turn number 1. You can see all the tents, all the people. One of the most populated races at Daytona in decades. Dunlop has set up here at the end of pit road to take care of some of their Dunlop riders. They've got their tire machine right here on pit road to swap some front and rear tires if needed. They're going to balance them right here as well. So team needs a new tire, they're going to come down, they're going to fit it right here on the machine. They've got some specs right here ready to go, medium to hard specs, and they'll balance it right here.
Taylor Knapp and Harry Truitt on row 9. Gus Rodeo, Trevor Dion, and Trevor Daly will be outside row 10.
Hey, what's up, boss? How are you? Good. Strange you're not starting the races down here anymore. What's that? Things are great, yeah. Appreciate you being here. Good seeing you.
Maverick Sear, McRae, Tony Storniola, and Jason Waters. Keep going. Jankowski, Ray Airstein, Shane Magos, Matthew Simpson, Rigo Salazar, and Joshua Booth outside row 16. Then we go back a little further. Alan Phillips, Moser, Sierra Snooks, Michael and Andrew Bowen.
Good work. Come on, keep going.
Wow. Anthony Famia Jr., who we've seen here a number of years now. Tony Blackall and Ivy. Jessica Capizzi, our only female out there today. Martinez. And I missed somebody. Greg Sorry Hopkins and Eddie Kay. We'll round out the field. And I don't know about you, but it's like the first time I have this race in a number of years. I'm nervous. I feel like I'm on the grid almost. Well, I'm not. But it has a feel to it. This is going to be an amazing Daytona 200.
Only place to see this live right now is Moto America Live Plus, so you make sure you tune in and check it out. 62 riders here to the elongation for the Daytona 200. The maximum out is going to be 60.
Big Sammy. Sammy taking care of the Dunlop boys down here on pit road. Good, man. Things are good.
It's just all about that first turn.
Exciting race, yes?
You just want to get away clean. You just want to be able to get through that first horse show clean. So the first 20, 30 seconds of this race are so important.
Riders back from their
It's going to get very heavy and
laps. And they're underway. You were saying Dunlop has the best spot. What are you looking forward to seeing for this race?
Dunlop win. That's what these guys, this is what they want to get this race started.
Here we go, everybody. Bike's still working the infield here.
Josh Herron, the Warhorse HSBK Racing Ducati. That's the Patagon V2 that he is on. And his one appearance in the Super Sport category this year. Of course, piloting in the Steel Commander Superbike class.
We're trying to hang out here.
And he leads us on the banking
for the first lap as they come through.
Make no mistake, that gap between Herron and the riders behind him. That'll get gobbled up quickly.
You can hear the riders going back up onto the west bank out of the infield. Up into NASCAR turn 1 at the end of this fence line here.
First lap into here, it is so important to be as careful as you can and try not to run straight there. But Bobby Fong, now he's in that draft of Ty Scott. Riding that Range Motors GSXR 750. But keep an eye on your favorite rider. You might see him as far as the
CBN bringing it to you live here at Daytona International Speedway, the World Center of Racing. We're going to try to get a spot here. Chris, what is it about Daytona that's so exciting?
yourself at the front of this pack most of the day as well, I believe.
Look at the field of riders who just hopped there off the back on the TOBC bike is Danny Eslick, who's won it 4 times. Let's get down to Hannah.
I want to talk about Tyler Scott really quickly leading the way here. You know, we've known Tyler to be very cool, calm, and collected since he was 14 years old racing in our junior club, but last year here he only got about 7 laps and was not able to. No real endurance experience, so he never even got to do a pit stop. So he's definitely got a better idea of the track this year, and he's much more
This is the tire warmer
Sitting here looking at it, I can see Blake Davis
barn for the Progressive Attack Yamaha team. You can see all the programmable tire warmer indicators right there on the front.
That's so tough because these teams, they work
Head of
so
Yamaha
hard,
Racing right there, Tom Halverson.
And for him to be out so early is a real shame. But Richard Cooper, like I said, he's up there.
Tommy Hayden on the other side of the tent there. Just got done wrapping up 2 days flat track here at Daytona Speedway as well.
Down and try to stay as relaxed as you can.
The Warhorse SBK Ducati team ready to go. They've got a good contingent of fans here with them. That's Michael Buckley, president of Dunlop Motorcycle Racing Tires.
This place, it takes a toll on motors. Some people come here, they'll have qualifying, and then they'll throw a new motor in for the race. And you can see some barging going on behind these guys. This is exactly what I was talking about.
Hanging out.
It looks like it's at the 64 Max Angles. Max has done a nice job of getting himself pretty far up the order there, considering it's too bad to see him out early. But these guys are banging into each other. I saw it again in the horseshoe. Blake Davis has got himself into 4th place at a 49.9 that last time through on our first flying lap. The 22 was the quickest. So I can see Marvin Fritz back there too. Our first 12 riders are all together at the moment.
Blake Davis, of course, out of Virginia on the N2 Racing, bobblehead Moto Yamaha R6. Before Richie Escalante broke the track record earlier this weekend with his 147.833. Blake Davis had the lap record from last year.
One of the things, Greg, that I think that you and I should talk about is you can see this gaps develop between 12th and 13th. This is what happens when a bike goes or blows up in front of you. We saw Johnny Forrest just now. That probably created one gap, and then we saw Max Angles. Those gaps get created because the riders behind the bike that's smoking check up, and then these gaps start to create. So you look at the first 11, 12 guys right now in that lead group. There's 12 of them up front. The next group now have got to stay organized and try to reel this group back in, and especially before they get to traffic. We're going to get to traffic earlier this year than we did last year because of the size of the field. Bobby Fong pulls up alongside Heron as Ty Scott is going to lead again, but Heron's going to drive on through.
So Richard Cooper now the 157 to lead as it looks like Danny Eslick ran off with a TOPC Racing.
Neutral there, Greg, and then not been able to get on the gas the way he wanted to, and maybe checked everybody up, and he just, it's more of an apology, it looked like to me, than anything else. Sometimes that can happen when you get the draft in the turn one the way he did. You sometimes just don't get that last downshift completed, so it happens late, and you're going through there, you're too tall.
Ben Speeds and Barry Gilson
That's probably what was
here in the Ray Hall Ducati garage.
We're working lap number 4 of this Daytona 200 race, and we expect the pit window for the first pit stop to open somewhere between lap 16, 17, 18, 19 time frame when riders are going to start coming in. Of course, Bridgestone is here, Dunlop is here, and Pirelli as well. Want to make note that so far the fastest lap of the race is Carl Haneca with a 148.628 in race trend for the 9th place rider on his Yard Yamaha.
And some people might remember that name from Moto3 and so forth, but Carl Haneca is part of the very powerful Yard World Endurance team, the world champions from last year. Marvin Fritz is also part of that team as well as Nicola Kinepa. Kennepa sadly got hurt yesterday. He's not taking part. I went down and saw the team prior, and Nico said he loved it here. He absolutely loved it, and he was just wanting to be out there so bad, but he hurt his shoulder yesterday. But I expect Marvin Frentz and Hanukkah to both be right in this fight because they're getting experience right now of what this drafting is going to be all about. And there's probably nobody more experienced than their crew that are in there waiting for these pit stops to happen. What happens at the start is all these guys are feeling each other out. That's literally all they're doing. Who's here? Josh Hayes is at the back of this group, so it's just a matter of keeping your nose clean right now. Ty Scott, look how far back he's fallen, Greg. The number 70 is back in ninth.
Bidding is now available for Moto America fans. Go to nxtbets.com/playmA. For more information, visit motoamerica.com. It's not available everywhere, so go check out to see if betting for Moto America is available in your area. Daytona 200, 5 laps in the books, as our lead group is starting to form up. The butterflies long gone, the tires up to temperature. Sort of spreads itself back together. To give you an idea of top 3 to draft, some of these bikes are going in excess of 182 miles an hour. If you're pulling somebody along, you're about 100.
Looking around this paddock for the last 2 days, I was asking a number of people, so, who do you think? And the guy that they kept on talking about is the one that's out front right now, Richie Escalante. He's been able to just put fast lap times in over and over, and you can see Heron squeezing up against that wall with Richard Cooper just to his inside. So far, this is a great showing for the 147, Greg, and he's right where you thought he was at. Lead draft, lots of experience from that guy. And then you can see there, just behind them, the 98 car. So all those guys are still there.
Supercycle on the GSXR 750 is Bobby Fong, who now leads it, and he led over the line, so he'll be ready with the lap away. He gets by Richie Escalante. Chase so far by 19 cars. We're already at 13 changes to this point.
Amazing. Yeah, you're going to be a busy guy, I think, there.
You're going to lose track.
You're going to lose track. You're definitely going to lose track, especially in some of our shorter races. I've seen you do that quite a bit, but I think in this one, you're definitely going to lose track. I'm a little bit bummed right now. I'm seeing Josh Hayes get dropped off the back. You can see on your screen there, Brandon Voss is at the tail end of this group, and that is the guy as well that I kind of think he is here. He's having fun. He looks so relaxed in all the interviews, and he's been here before, right? He's not going to let these guys all get away.
There's the pit box for Maverick Sear.
Themselves, if so. So he's just kind of sitting back there now. One of the riders goes wide. I believe that's Marvin Frentz. He probably went a little bit wide. Pretty easily to recognize Frentz and Carl Hannigan and their World Dirt Leathers, their Yard Leathers. So he went a little bit wide. He should be okay. He should be able to get back into the back with Brandon Voss and go with him. So this time last lap, Escalante was leading by a good margin. You can see that it's gone now. Bobby Fong and Heron's there. Hannah?
And we talked to Aaron on the grid about does he feel that need, the pressure to win back-to-backs after last year. He said, not really, I'm not feeling the pressure for that. Something that I am feeling a little bit more pressure about, however, is racing with people that I have no experience racing around because it can be unpredictable. He doesn't necessarily know what riders like Fritz or Hanukkah, or even someone like Blake Davis, who is making his way up through the Moto American classes. He can't expect what they're going to do, but the one thing Josh Heron does know is Daytona, and he's going to control what he can control for the duration.
Second place, and there's a rider that Aaron's not going to be familiar with on the racetrack as Cooper tries to make a bit around the outside. That is a long way around, but Aaron pushes Richard Cooper wide, and he's going to lose a handful of spots as they head off to the International Horseshoe. Well played by the number.
He's going to continue to find himself back up that front. I think we got about 3 or 4 guys. I talked to Josh before the start of this race, like I said, and one of the things he brought up was he's going to kind of make a decision around it's very important here when you hit Daytona that you have a dance partner to go back out with because you need that draft and redraft. And if it's somebody that you trust or somebody that you're running around, it makes that much easier. So these guys are going to be getting pit boards. We'll talk maybe about that next lap by Greg. You can tell us where those pit boards are being shown. Here's Marvin Frentz and there's Josh Hayes. You can see Josh he's not going to be too worried at this moment because he realizes that there's a ball is here trying to win again after it was a little killer year was he actually won the 200 and he had 2007. He's been trying to win it since. He's got so close so many times. So he's not going to be too anxious here just yet.
That was during the days when we ran Formula Extreme middleweights in the middle, or during the Daytona 200. Well, the field has sorted itself out right now, and if you look at Josh Herron all the way down to Marvin Fritz, and even Josh Hayes, who's still in the picture, we have 12 riders in this lead draft. As they fan out on the straightaway, as they go, we should have some.
Race, and he did a good job of leading it from turn one, but he wasn't able to kind of keep the bike on the rails. Runs a little wide the international horseshoe. That puts it back. And look and see, this is what happens, Greg. This field of 14, 15 that we had, now what are we down to? Probably 8, 9 at the front. So you can see Mesa just off the back. That's 9 guys, and then Fritz and Josh Hayes behind them.
This is the Yart team, Yamaha Austria race team. 3 riders. 1 rider was not able to make the grid here. Nicolo Canepa was not in the race. He was looking forward to it. So the other 2 Yart World Endurance champions will have to carry the torch.
It is Richie Escalante at 54.
There you go, just went straight to chicane too. This is exactly what happens. Now he's as far as the lead draft, Gil will never see these guys again. It's going to have to be a great pit stop. It's going to have to be some race strategies and things like that. But that's what happens. It's so easy to follow 5, 6 bikes in there. It's, again, you feel like you're getting pushed in there. And once you realize that your bike's not slowing down, you have no choice but to just go straight. And even Gil now is going to find himself down there trying to find his way back. We are down to 8 guys now that are really in this lead draft. Gil now is back with Josh Hayes. That could work for him because if him and Josh get together,
Yeah, you see those 2 can work together and figure out a way to close this. What we need to do is this league group start infighting in the infield because
Calculation.
and you realize that both him and Richard Cooper, this is incredible for both of these guys when they stay there.
You have to have checks and double checks to make sure that all your numbers are right.
I know Ty Scott's young, but he's seen what's going on as far as his teammates and things in the past. Now, Escalante looks like he's trying to make it right. He's been fast in that infield all weekend long, and he's got through it on his own this lap. And I tell you, Greg, it gives you such a big boost of confidence when you don't have anybody draft by you. Because you think, man, I'm going to finally broke these guys a little bit. And you're really racing that
New boss, how you doing? Or the 7th class, yeah, as it is. Yeah, the one and only Larry Pegram.
And Herron are going to take note of that. They're going to do their best to get past Richard Cooper and then try to pull everybody back along and get back up behind that number 54.
so Escalante with the largest Daytona 200, about half a second, and that's on the back of the sector number 1 fastest split, 56.616 seconds.
This is Sammy Halbert, flat track rider. Had a good weekend here at the Daytona short track.
These are the gaps that get created, and you'll see.
And we're moving on.
Escalante getting a bigger gap, and now he's caught up to the 55. He's going to go past him on the inside, and Herron's going to be the next guy to maybe get held up just a little bit. But look, the number 2, if there's a guy that's going to put a qualifying lap in on lap 10 of a race, it's that number 2, Josh Herr. He sees what's going on up ahead of him, and he doesn't want to let Escalante get away. Bobby Fong the same, and Cooper now finds himself in fourth, but no reason to real stress yet. There's a 7-second gap.
Up on your screens, you can take a look at Tyler Scott. It looks like there's
He's going to have seen that and know that it was nothing on the his, so that's going to be okay. And you can see Herron doing everything he can now to try to catch back up. Escalante's pushing the pace of this race. His last lap. This is going to be so fun. You're going to see throughout the course of the day.
Like I said, he's not thinking about the result much. He just wants to finish this week. I'm sure he's surprised himself how far it's not really on.
But Escalante got held up a little bit in the kink, and that allowed everybody to pull back in. But Herron's going to have to do all that hard work again, and now you have to ask yourself, how much is he going to be punishing his tire? We're back up to the back of Escalante. He just got to try to shoot it. Look at how hard these guys are pushing to get back up and really great. 14, now we have 6 up in that lead group.
And it just adds to the pressure of only having 6 in the lead group. When they do come in for those pit stops, the crews have got to be spot on in order to keep their rider in the fight.